From kids to adults, from casual to core gamers, and everyone in between, Nintendo has been a staple for fans of console and handheld gaming for over 30 years.
For sure, their exclusive characters and game franchises are among the most recognizable and loved in the world of video games. And over the past year, Nintendo has brought premium Nintendo experiences to both new and veteran fans alike, across the 3DS and 2DS systems, on mobile devices, and, of course, on the Nintendo Switch.
Absolutely, which means that there's definitely no shortage of great gifts for the Nintendo fan in your life this holiday.
All right, so let's start with the Switch. This just released last year, and it's the fastest-selling video game console Nintendo has ever released, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Nintendo Switch is a hybrid system, meaning that it can be played like a traditional console on your TV at home or like a handheld on the go. And switching from one mode to the other is completely seamless. Just drop it into the dock or pick it up and go. And you've got a bunch of play options too, which you can use one or both Joy-Cons to play with motion controls. You can drop the Joy-Cons into the included grip, or you can pick up the Switch Pro controller for a more premium and traditional experience.
Yeah, I really love my Switch because I travel a lot, and so it's nice to have something where you can just drop it in the dock, play it on your TV, but if you have to run, you can just pick it up and bring it with you super easily.
And I think we can all agree that it helps make flight times go by much faster.
Oh my gosh, so much faster.
So I look a little silly when I'm playing Super Mario Party on an airplane waving my Joy-Con.
No cares whatsoever.
But it's worth it. So what about games? Last year we got some heavy hitters like Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So what are some of the most popular exclusive games for Switch this year?
And all those are great games you can still pick up too, but it's hard to imagine a bigger game right now for Switch than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I mean that in more ways than one. This is an ultra popular franchise that pits some of the most well-known Nintendo characters and their friends against each other for frantic, fun melee battles. The Super Smash Bros. Series has been around since 1999, and this installment includes every level, every character, and every music track that's ever been featured in Super Smash Bros., and then some. That means you'll have nearly 80 characters to choose from at launch, and this is a great game to play with friends and family.
Yes, and I love that they've included all the past characters, so nobody's gonna get left out when picking their mains. And speaking of mains, who are your mains?
So one of my mains is Ness, and then recently Bowser Jr., so I'm glad to see my boy Ness back in, of course, as always, but Bowser Jr. has a safe place in my heart.
Aww.
I haven't played a Smash Brothers game in quite a hot minute, but I am really excited to try out Isabelle because I just love her so much.
She's savage.
I really like Pikachu a lot, but I feel like I'm better with Luigi, and I love Luigi, so.
I was gonna say, if you don't say Luigi.
Yeah.
So next up, another great game to play with friends and family, it's Super Mario Party. Now this is the latest installment in yet another long-running fan favorite series that dates back to the 90s. It plays kind of like a board game where up to 4 players select their characters, roll dice to move around the game board, and compete in mini games to collect items and stars. And this one's a ton of fun, but things can get pretty competitive.
Yeah, they get very competitive. I've had plenty of fights with friends and family over why did I pick them to steal stars from? Why am I stealing this person's coins?
And Peach is always cheating. It's fine. It's
And then this person has 10 allies. It's just so fun. It's such a fun game.
Now, the last game I want to talk about is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Yes, there are 2 versions, but they're essentially the same game, so you don't need to buy both. This just allows you to choose which Pokemon you want to start with, Pikachu or Eevee, and affects some of the Pokemon you'll see in the game. Now, these games mark the first time the Pokemon RPG series is coming to the Switch, and this is actually a simplified, streamlined Pokemon experience, so it's a great place to jump in if you've never played Pokemon before, but there's also a lot of fun to be had for veteran Pokemon fans. A couple of cool things to note is that you can play the game cooperatively with a friend, and the game features integration with the Pokemon Go mobile app.
Oh man, I have been all over Let's Go Eevee. I know you guys are Team Pikachu.
Yeah.
I'm Team Eevee, and it's so amazing. It was everything that I wanted in a Pokemon game growing up, just all brought together.
Well, the cool thing is, too, if you like Pokemon so much, for the core Pokemon fan, you can also grab the Pokeball Plus, which acts as a Joy-Con controller, and you can actually act like you're throwing a Pokeball. And the cool thing is, too, is it comes with Mew when you buy a Pokeball Plus. And on top of that, too, you can actually take Pokemon with you on the go and, like, rub the little ball, and it'll, like, it'll make noises and such. And you can actually train your Pokemon, and they can find items for you for the in-game process.
Oh.
That is so cool.
So it's very fun.
And it's a really good gift for someone, like maybe if you have a friend or somebody who already has the game, they don't have the Pokeball Plus, it could be a good little surprise for them for the holidays.
Exactly.
All right, so those are some great games for sure, but what about accessories? If somebody is getting a Switch this year or already has one, what do they need to go with it?
Well, since the Switch can be played anywhere and it's super portable, having a carrying case and screen protector to protect your system and games is a good idea. And since we just talked about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, we have a few Pokemon-themed cases here, but there are a ton of options to choose from, like Mario and Zelda, or even these new aluminum cases.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, I really like those ones. And as I mentioned earlier, the Switch is great for playing with family and friends. On some games, you can play with up to 8 people, so you might want to consider getting some extra controllers. You could get an extra set of Joy-Cons, which are available in multiple color variations on some games. 4 people can even play with just 2 sets of Joy-Cons. And you can also go for the Switch Pro controller to get that classic controller experience. Now, if you're looking for a competitive advantage in Super Smash Bros., you might want to pick up a Fight Pad Pro controller by PDP. Now, these are modeled after the classic GameCube controller, which is widely regarded as the ideal controller style for Smash Bros. I mean, since Melee, gotta love it. And there are 3 different designs you can choose from. So you can choose, Pikachu, Zelda, and Mario. And you can also customize your controller by using the traditional C-stick or swap it out for a full-size stick with the innovative detachable design.
And these are my absolute favorite because I played so much Melee. That was my favorite Smash Brothers game. So I'm a C-stick user too. So
well,
it's perfect.
I was gonna say, if you're a C-stick user and you love the GameCube controller, I mean, these next ones are probably up your alley then. You could actually opt for one of these wireless GameCube controllers from PowerA. Now, there are 3 options, which are both the gold and silver ones are actually available only at GameStop. So you can get the purple one anywhere, but the cool ones, like the gold and silver, those are great. And these wireless controllers offer improved accuracy and comfort plus larger buttons. And they're a lot more affordable than the Pro controllers, so you can pick up a couple, gather your friends, and share the fun. And finally, this is actually a really interesting one. This is the Switch D-pad left Joy-Con by Horry. This standard Joy-Con controller doesn't have a directional pad, so this adds that feature. It's great for fighting games, but also for classic and retro games. Just a note on this one, it can only be used in handheld mode, so unfortunately it can't be used as a wireless controller.
That is super neat.
Yeah.
So speaking of classic and retro games, tell us about Nintendo Switch Online.
Well, you know me and my retro games. I mean, that's my gig.
That's
so
your
I
thing.
mean, that's my thing. So I would say Nintendo Switch Online is a great service that offers benefits like access to online multiplayer and cloud storage, which is great for Nintendo to do. But it also provides members with special offers, compatibility with the Nintendo Switch Online smartphone app, and by far my favorite thing, the ability to play a selection of classic NES games at no additional charge. And there are more than 25 games already, with new ones being added each month. And here's the best thing about Nintendo Switch Online. It's super affordable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pick up a 3-month card for $7.99 or a 12-month card for just $19.99.
All right, so the Switch is definitely a must-have this year, but what about the 3DS?
Well, yeah, the 3DS is absolutely the most popular handheld system around, no denying that.
Yeah.
With thousands of games to play and new ones still releasing all the time, the newest member of the 3DS family is the new Nintendo 2DS XL system, which packs all the power of the 3DS and plays the same games, but without the 3D gameplay features. The new Nintendo 2DS XL is affordable, and it comes in a ton of different style variation and bundles, many of which include pre-installed games, so they're ready to play right out of the box.
Okay, so for 2DS and 3DS owners, what are some of this year's biggest exclusive games?
So, I mean, the first game we need to talk about is one of my favorites from the GameCube. Got a re-release on the 2DS XL. It is Luigi's Mansion. Originally released, like I said, for the GameCube in 2001, this is a fun and family-friendly adventure that has Luigi searching through a haunted house and battling ghosts on a mission to save Mario. The 3DS version features updated graphics and new features including co-op and a boss rush mode.
Yeah, I'm really
cool.
excited about the co-op.
Yeah, I mean, I love Luigi so much. He's close to my heart, so.
Yeah, you can play as Luigi and hunt down ghosts.
Luigi.
Yeah, And then next up is Detective Pikachu. So this one is really different. You'll team up with a gruff-talking, streetwise Pikachu who just happens to be a great detective. And yes, he talks. Together, you'll investigate crime scenes, interact with a variety of Pokemon, and uncover clues to solve crimes. And we have to talk about the movie. That trailer dropped, and the internet went crazy.
Yeah, it looks so good. It's like everything I wanted as a kid, and now it's here.
Well, I mean,
I never thought I'd see it.
No, I never thought I would see it either. And just like hearing Ryan Reynolds come out of a Pikachu's mouth
It's so good.
It's so good.
I think my first reaction was, what is this? But then after I watched the trailer again, I was like, okay, I'm on board.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
So, okay, the final game I want to talk about is WarioWare Gold. Now, this is the first WarioWare game to be released on the 3DS, and it is by far the biggest entry in the series. WarioWare Gold is a collection of over 300 fast-paced microgames that will have you pressing buttons, tilting the screen, tapping the touch screen, and using the microphone to complete challenges. This one is just pure goofy fun.
Yeah, I played the first WarioWare when it came out way back when, and I just absolutely loved it because the mini games are so crazy and weird, but in the best way. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, you can take a break from Mario Party and just like have your own little micro game party.
By yourself, away from other
Nintendo is
people.
the best with mini games.
Yeah, they really are.
Hands down.
So for people that might already own a 2DS or 3DS, what kind of things would be great to go with their system?
So just like having the Switch, having a carrying case to protect your system in games is a great idea, and there are a lot of options to choose from. And whether you have a Switch or a 2DS, Nintendo eShop cards are a great idea as well. These allow you to buy digital games from the Nintendo eShop and download them directly to your system. And the cards are available in a variety of values, ranging from $10 up to $99.
And that could be a really good gift option too, because maybe if there's someone you don't really know what they would like, you don't know what they want, that's kind of a nice general thing where they can choose what they want.
Agreed. And here's one more thing I wanted to mention again. Whether you own a Switch, a 2DS, or a 3DS, Amiibo are actually a ton of fun too.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of different characters to choose from, and they're super collectible. Even if you just put them on your shelf, they'd be fun to own. But when you tap these to your controller or system, they can unlock special features, items, abilities, costumes, and more in your favorite Nintendo games.
And they're just really cute. Come on.
Yeah, they are. I mean, look at their wedding suits for Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bowser right now with his little hat.
And they are multiple platforms, so if you have a Bowser amiibo for one, it'll do different things in different games. So it's pretty cool.
All right, so as awesome as all of the stuff we just talked about is, what about gifts for Nintendo fans that already own the systems and games, or fans that don't really play games but love the characters?
Well, there's something for every kind of Nintendo fan, of course, whether it's Nintendo-themed shirts like these two we have here, which are actually really stylish. I like it.
I do too.
And then, or you could get the themed hats, the socks, which this 12 Days of Socks pack actually has 12 pairs of socks and has different themes of different Nintendo items and characters from in the game. And then, of course, we can't miss this awesome cartridge. It's an NES cartridge that includes the shirt with the cover of the game it's referencing, and that Pokeball waffle maker.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That is like, even if you're a waffle fan, Pokemon fan, Nintendo fan, I mean, that's
all of the above.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
And better yet, how about my favorite item, this incredible Boo beanbag chair? Like Melanie, oh my gosh, it is super soft and fuzzy, it's huge, and it's only available at GameStop and ThinkGeek.
I have the Snorlax one at home, and I just want to say, if I have any friends or family out there watching, I think Boo would make a very nice companion for Snorlax.
If you love me.
Just saying.
If you love me.
Throwing it out there.
All right, that thing is extremely comfortable. So thanks so much, Kiba, for hanging out again. All right, so you can check out all of these items we just talked about and so many more at your local GameStop store or on GameStop.com.
Still ahead, we're going to take a look at 2019. GameStop TV will be right back.